So you started a business and now you need capital. So what you're gonna do next? My hope is by the end of this video, you'll be able to answer that. In this video, I want to talk to you about the 3 stages of funding. What these funding stages are, what are some strategies that are effective when trying to approach these stages, when you should approach these stages, and what typically happens during the process in these stages. If you like this video, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm that lets YouTube know that you like my content and that you want to see more of it. And if you really like the content, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I drop a video like this. All right, let's dive right into the video. So the first stage I want to talk about in this video, which is typically the first stage that most entrepreneurs will start at, which is the family and friends stage. But for simplification, I'm just going to say the network stage. Now, if you want more in-depth knowledge on this particular subject, I have a previous video that I uploaded on my channel. I'll put down in the description below, and I'll put pictures here on the screen of that video. But that goes in more details on like how you can actually do it and how to actually approach it. But at this stage, is basically you're going to raise money with the people that are closest to you. So your family members, your friends, maybe even some of your close coworkers. This is where you're going to do some fundraising, and you're going to either take donations or you're going to offer them a small percentage of equity for them to donate some money or for them to invest some money into your business. And this is typically where most entrepreneurs will start. Now, the next stage that I'll talk about is the banking/lending stage, which is where you typically see business credit and business loans. Now, I will say that sometimes for some people, this will be the first stage for you. So I'll go into that in a little bit more depth later in this video on where you will start and when is appropriate to start where and how. But the banking stage is really where you establish your business and put your business in a position to be able to obtain funding through utilizing business credit or through utilizing your banking relationships to get loans. It may even be like SBA, SBA.gov or something along those lines. But those are just methods that most typical businesses will have access to after they've built themselves to a point where they qualify for them. So do your research, find out what the qualifications are. There are some that you can get very, very early on. And like I said, I'll go in more detail on as far as the approach to that a little bit later in this video. But right now, I just want to introduce you to that stage, what the stage means. Now, the third and final stage that I will mention in this video is the investor stage. And this is simply the stage where you are going to appeal to angel investors, venture capitalists, private equity firms, things of that nature. And this is where you actually obtain an investment capital, which is typically larger amounts for scaling and for growth. Now, with that being said, it's appropriate to let you know exactly when to approach each stage and how. See, the reality is everybody's going to have a different starting point. Like if you're someone who is a janitor, you've been a janitor for 15 years and you get the idea you want to start your own business, and let's say your credit is not really established that well and you just want to get started, you need some basic equipment to get started. Well, the best place for you to start will be the friends and family stage. Reason why is because number one, if you don't have a good credit position, then you're probably not going to be able to in the startup phase position your business to get things like business credit and business loans. And if you don't have established revenue, then you won't really appeal to investors, not that early in the stage. So the best way for you to actually raise some money and funds for your business, if your situation and scenario is similar to that, is to actually go with friends, family, and try to get money from them, try to get them to help you by donating some money to you to help you get started, help you get the equipment and things that you need to start your business. Now, on the flip side, if you are somebody who has good credit, you have established credit, you have a 700 score, you have a 750 score, you have an 800 score, and you want to start a business for yourself, you might be able to start in the banking stage, because you may be able to be what is called a personal guarantor to your business to establish business credit. So you might be able to get a business Amex, or you might be able to get some other type of business startup card, which typically gives you really good amounts when you start out as far as like credit limits. So the credit limits are typically higher with business credit cards versus where they are with personal credit cards. And this is where a lot of people will have, there'll be people who will fall into this category, because some of you do have good credit or have established credit. So you can use that to your advantage when trying to get some funding for your business. So you might just be able to bypass the family friends and go straight into the banking if you have the credit and the credit positioning to do so. It's also worth mentioning also income plays a major factor in this as well. What you do prior to starting your business and how much money you make will also play a significant factor in how effective you will be at the banking stage, right? So if you don't have income in your business, but you have good credit and you also have a good solid income yourself, that will only strengthen your application and help you in the case of trying to obtain money from a bank, whether it be through a small bank loan, a personal loan that you can use for business, or a business credit card. So I just wanted to throw that out there, because that's also important as well, that income will be a factor in certain cases. Which brings me to my next point. When you can bypass the family and friends funding and the banking funding and just go straight into finding investors, is if you come from somewhere like private equity, or if you have a big position in a career. If you're like an executive, or if you're at the director level and you're making, well over six figures and you've been doing it for years, you have quite the network with other executives, other people within the industry, then you have basically the juice to be able to get on the phone, make some phone calls, and get somebody to invest in something really early, because they're not just investing in the company itself, but they're more so investing in you at that point in time. So we've seen that be very effective with some of the biggest entrepreneurs and executives in the world and in North America, because they already have a reputation established in the business world and in their business arena. They're able to get investors very, very early, sometimes even in like the startup phase and ideation phase of them just having an idea that says, hey, I'm starting a company, and they're able to raise money that way. But that's very, very rare. That will be a rare case. Most of you watching this video will not be at that stage starting out. However, I just wanted to point that out, because that's important, because there may be somebody who might say, well, I know investors, I know people, I have a good reputation, I'm starting my own accounting firm, I've been an accountant for 30 years, I make $150 a year. Like, so if you're making $150,000 and you've been doing it for a long time, and maybe you're a CFO, maybe you're a CPA, you've been doing this for X amount of years, and people who might be interested in investing and partnering with you in the early stages, by all means, go for it. Now, if you are a small business owner, and let's say you've been in business for a period of time, or maybe you haven't been in business for a period of time, and maybe you're looking to get into business, and you say, I just need some help. I need somebody to help me with strategic planning, or I need somebody to help me with devising a plan and a strategy to raise capital. Well, this is what I do in my consulting business. I help entrepreneurs, I help small business owners exactly like yourself to position yourself to be able to grow, scale, develop as an entrepreneur, and to be able to raise capital for your business, and even sometimes exit from your business if you've been in it for a long time. If you say this is something that you need some help with, then I give out a consultation call down below, and it's a free call. It's a free 15-minute call with myself. I'll sit down, I'll analyze where your business is. I will see if it makes sense for you to work with me further, but I will give you a lot of good information. It's a very, very resourceful conversation that you'll have with myself I do that. Like I said, I do not charge a single penny for that call. So you want to hit the link down below if you want to book a call with myself and get that information. Like I said, it's no risk to you to do it. All right, so that's gonna wrap it up for this video. I want to thank you for spending some time and hanging out with me. Remember, you can smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and also subscribe and notification bell so you don't have to miss a single upload from me. I appreciate you for your time, and I want to see you guys in the next one.